bit of a slow down on a Sunday. That's always nice, isn't it? Should we just try to get together and see what we've been up to through the week and then maybe put some bits together? Let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, so the other day I was saying that I might do some sort of little book or something with the things that are, something that's more of a long-term slow stitch project. So made these a few days ago and quite like those. And I was thinking that maybe a book. Now, that is what I've decided on. So I have this little pile of fabric here. Now, what I reckon at the minute anyway, although it's, it's open to change as is everything, I'll have a little bit of padding on it. So I have this here, look, which is a really soft but quite a lightweight sort of padding. I don't know if somebody's actually ironed that onto that or if it came like it, don't know, but that might do because it's nice and light. So I'm thinking, well, light in both ways actually. I was meaning lightweight but also light colour. There's also this bit which is nice and thin, bit of old kind of, really, really soft. Actually, it's not that old. I think I might have bought this a few years ago purely because I felt it and I just couldn't come out of the shop without buying some, even though I didn't know what for. It's already roughed up, look, just from being folded, not even from being used. But I think I might use that as well. Now, I was thinking of an actual book. So maybe something like this. Look, I could use those. Those could be my pages. I was thinking of doing like a double page spread. So putting things in it, things that I've used over the week and then just building up a book from that. The reason that I'm not going to use these is because I have a couple here, 3 or 4 actually, but they're a little bit too square. So to make them into, more rectangular size like that, I'm better off using them for little needle books or something like that, aren't I? Because then I can keep all the trims on them. So that's the only reason I've decided against those. This I love the colour of, but I don't have enough to do lots of pages. I was thinking if the pages are all a similar colour, all just neutrals, then everything in it will sort of, it'll come together a little bit, be a bit more cohesive, won't it? This one again is very nice, but I don't have enough of this one. I think, I've been drawing things on this one, things that didn't work. I'm still working on them anyway. There we are, look. If I fold that one up, I think we'll use that one for that sort of project still rather than this. Then I have this one. Now I have actually made a case out of this before and it's beautiful. I love it. The only reason it really goes well with that, doesn't it? The only reason I've decided against this, I think, is because it's so decorative and I'm going to be covering up a lot of it. However, if that were, look, you see if that were the pages, I wouldn't actually need to do too much more embellishment, should I? That this should kind of, speak for itself. So that's a maybe. That's a definite maybe. This one I picked up the other day and I absolutely love it. One of those things you think, gosh, I'm so lucky. If there were 10 of them, I'd buy all 10. But it's a table runner. But I love the edging of it, look. So if I were to make books or a book out of that, the pages could be really nice, couldn't they? Because they already have this, so I could have it that size and then, obviously folded. But the back of it and everything is nice. So I wouldn't have to do much finishing off. However, I think I'm probably going to keep this a long piece because there aren't many pieces that I have so long. And it gives me some lovely long edges if I ever need that for anything else. The other thing I wanted to make with this possibly is I have drawn out an advent calendar and I've been making some little sort of houses and things. So this, because it's long, could be quite good for that because it's going to be quite a big thing there. This one I think could be nice, but again, not quite enough of it for me to do several pages. But that's the size of the page I could do with that one. And also it doesn't need too much finishing off on this one, look. I think these all go together really nicely. So I have at least 3, maybe 4 colours there, look. They're just so useful in little pieces, but that look great, wouldn't it? That colour range there, all in one book. So we'll see. I'll try to use them all just for the same projects, I think. We'll see. So what I might have decided on is this one. So it's between this one and this one. Now this one's a bit of a funny colour. It's has almost a hint of pink in it, which is I think why it goes well with that one. Obviously the light might be showing it a slightly different colour on camera, but I might have decided on this one. Now this is a lovely, 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 lovely piece. I think it's just linen, it's just a nice rough slubby one, but if I fold it, how did I do it? I think I folded it, gosh, how many times? Right, so I was thinking, because the edges are done, look, it makes a really good table runner. That's the problem, doesn't it? Anyway, if I don't use it as a table runner, I could use it as book like this. So it'd be that big, which is a little bit more square than I was hoping, but that's okay. It might even be that I can do it less, look, like that. And then it could be just a landscape one instead, that's all. So that'd be nice, and I like the fact that I would, what's that? Oh, it's just in the weave. Yeah, looked like blood, didn't it? Cut the top and the bottom, but I wouldn't need to cut the sides. And I could always add things to this, obviously, but I wouldn't be committed to it. I wouldn't have to do it if I didn't want to. So I think perhaps that one, and then, as I say, I will put that in. I mean, I need to try it, I guess, really, don't I? Even if, well, no, I don't want to waste it. No, I will. Look, let's take off a piece. Oh, I don't know. I do love this so much. Okay, right. If I folded it that, then I have how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I would have 12 double page spread, but obviously that's only one side. Yeah, so I don't know how thick it's going to be, you see. I think I might try that, because these are actually quite big as well. If I make it too small, they're not going to fit on. So I thought I might just put that on, and oh gosh, this little series. So it, you know, I don't know. Tell me what you think. I was thinking, if I make this little Sunday series, then for a start, it means that I will try and upload every Sunday, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Just to know when to expect things. I really do upload as much as I can, but you know, same as everybody, I just don't have quite enough time to do all the things I want. But I thought maybe Scrappy Sunday, slow Scrappy Sunday, something like that, because I will be using not leftover. I mean, what is a scrap? Anyway, that's a topic for another another video. But if I use the bits that I've made, gosh, this smells lovely, this lavender. The bits that I've made through the week and then put them in here, I'm going to use not necessarily the whole thing of what I've made, but scraps of it. So like on that one, for this spread, I would, there we are, look. I could maybe have it like, yeah, like that. And then put some other little pieces on it. That rattling noise is our cat telling me that he wants to come in. He just rattles the door handle, you know. And if I start talking to him, then he'll really want me to let him out. Okay, I have to give in, aren't I? 2 seconds, Rice. Okay, he's sorted. Now, yeah, these scrappy kind of bits, look, if I put them, as I say, it doesn't have to be completely full, does it? But say if I did that and had that as my spread, don't forget it's going to fold in the middle there, then I still have room to put other bits. Or maybe I could put both of these on there, couldn't I? Look, instead of, and this one, so that one I did sew at the top, didn't I? Oh, lovely, lovely. This one, I think, yeah, I could put it on the same one because it's the same kind of job, isn't it? Same project or whatever. I'm going to leave this one open because then I can put nice bits in there. I like putting bits of paper in things, paper in envelopes, paper in pouches, things like that. I just love it. I really, really, really do. So, I think that's the plan. What do you think is what I'm asking, because if this is something that I'm going to do over a period of time, then, you know, I'll probably do this myself anyway. And if nobody else is interested, then I just won't, you know, I won't bother you with it. That's all. If you take, goodness grief, you know, that's just going to be so boring, Dawn, watching you do that, then I won't make a series of it particularly, that's all. But I think that could work. So let me know what you think, and I'll try and put up another video soon, guys. I will try not to be too long before I put up another. In the meantime, if you haven't watched them, go back and watch the video where I just made these little things, all right? So these were mainly little lavender bags for moth repellent to keep my fabric, you know, a little bit safer from moths. But also, like I said, you could use it for lots of other things, for little pouches and things. So let me know what you think. Okay, see you next time.